Hello everybody, how you doing? This is Fadli and this video is about the inline block value of the display property, and in this video we're going to learn about how this value is different from inline value and the block value separately. Alright, so I have to use some headings here. Alright, so we have the three different headings. Now I have to use the span element, and as you know, the display value of the span element is inline. So in span element it would be HTML. Copy this. Okay, now I have to use the display values, and for that I have to use the style element to use the CSS. Alright, so the first span would be, I have to copy this to make the two more classes here as two block. Okay, now I have to use the classes here, classes s2. Okay, in the last two elements of the span I'm not using the s3 class right now because just to show you the difference. Okay, so let me just give it a break here. Okay, so as you know that we have already learned about the display property, and we have learned about the two values, the inline and the block value. The main difference between the inline element and the block element is that the inline element does not break the line, but the block element does break the line. It means it starts from a new line. Okay, whatever the element who have the block display value will start from a new line, but whatever element which does have the inline display value will be starting from the same line, won't be starting from a new line, it would be on the same line. Alright, so you can see the difference. We have used the two classes here, the s1 and the s2, and the display value of the s1 is inline and the display value of the s2 is the block. And okay, there is one more difference between both of them, that when you use the inline property you cannot change the width and the height of the element. Okay, so if I just use the 200 px height, it is kind of not making any difference in my element with the inline display value. Okay, so when you use the inline value in the display property, that element cannot change its size. All right, or you can say that you cannot customize the size of that element. Okay, but in the block element you can do so. Okay, you can change its size accordingly. You can see here. Alright, so I think we are good with the inline element and the block element, but the main topic of this video was the new value, which is inline and slash block as well. Okay, so in this property we have both these properties in s3. Okay, let me just use the s3 here, s3. Okay, so when you use the inline block property, it has the two the properties. Okay, so let me just tell you the difference between this value and the other two values. Okay, let me just write a comment here. And as we know that in inline value we cannot change the size of the element, but in the inline block value we can change the size of element. So we can change its size. So if I just put 200 px, you can see the difference in the size of the element. Okay, so this is how it works. Okay, so now let me just compare it with the block value, block vs. Okay, as you know that the element with the block value always start from a new line, but this is not so true for the inline block value. Okay, so start from. Alright, okay, so these are the differences. Okay, so this is how the inline block value work. If you really find this video useful, hit the like button and subscribe the channel, and bye bye.